Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Come along with us for an errand day here in Leadville. It's going to be interesting. We have some things that I need to do at camp, some van things if you will. And before I do that though, I need to grab a few things. So Collie and I have come into town. We're taking a good stretch. We're gonna look around a little bit while we're here, and I'm gonna show her a few interesting things. Are you ready? This is gonna be fun. First off, I would just like to say that the grocery stores here in Colorado have the best views. Look at that mountain. And in Colorado, guess what? They do not have grocery bags, so I had to bring my own. So this one's from All Power. I love this bag. It's super, super cute. Got our things, and now we're off to go explore a little bit more. Collie raised a very good question. What are we gonna eat for dinner? I have no idea, but I'm sure we'll figure that out whenever we get back to camp. Right now, it is beautiful outside. It's breezy, there's a little overcast, but we keep getting these peaks of the sun through, so that's nice. Now it's time for me to show Collie what downtown Leadville looks like. This will be her first sight of what Leadville looks like. This is a historic mining town. It has been here for a very long time. I've gone to several different locations here, and if you're interested in finding out about any of them, please go and check out my Colorado playlist. There is a mining museum that is huge here. It is awesome. There's a train that you can ride that is absolutely gorgeous. The views are. There's tons of hiking and biking. Of course, there's Turquoise Lake, which you guys saw us go to yesterday, and there's a lot more that we're going to continue to capture as we kind of move around. But it is time for us to have a delightful day, so let's get to it. Next errand, we're going to Family Dollar to see if they have any oven bags or any kind of slow cooker bags. Okay, I didn't find what I'm looking for, but I did find these, and I currently don't have any room in my refrigerator for creamers, so this will be perfect, and buying them at high elevation will mean that they won't pop if I go up and down. Okay, I ended up with a small treat also because I was craving something kind of sweet last night, and I didn't have anything in the van, so now I do, just in case. Okay guys, I brought Collie over to the Evergreen Cemetery. This is a place that I have done a video before, but there's an Irish memorial here that is absolutely beautiful and fascinating. And I knew Collie would appreciate it because she truly enjoys history, so I wanted to see what she thought. We're gonna do a little bit more browsing around also, but I think this is one of those places that when you come to Leadville, it really puts into context the people who were here at one point, and then also the people who still remain here. Some of the families still to this day live in this area who originate from those original families. And so it's pretty fascinating to see that. But this particular site, it's one that's very somber. It's also one that tells you so much. Okay, it does look like since I was here last, they've added this sign, which is really nice. They have the Healy House Museum and Dexter Cabin and the address here. And it says if you're interested in this, you can find out more by going there during their regular business hours to learn about the Shanty Irish people. And this is just really fascinating. I love that they continue to follow up in various ways around the town. As we walk along this path, it tells the history, and then we get up to the eventual memorial for the Irish. And this again is very touching. I'm very interested to see what Collie has to say after we visited. So we're going to look around for a moment, and then I'll let her kind of give you some ideas as to what she garnered from this. Just for a little context, here in the 1883 time frame, about 33,000 people lived in Leadville. And now if you look at Leadville, it's a very different scenario. It's a much smaller community, but they were divided up into boroughs, and the Irish occupied this green section right here. And you can see that this section right here was pretty vast, and there were a ton of people who would be in this section. These were known as the 6th Street Irish, and others who lived around were around the outskirts of the town. So if you didn't live in this section right here, you lived in the outer areas around town, and you didn't really commingle within the other boroughs otherwise. Now again, this story plays out as there were many boroughs around town. In fact, immigrants from all over would come to this area to help with the mining industry, and they were a major force in the mining industry. But the Irish, The Irish were said to be strong here, and they supported one another, and they came together, and even though sometimes times were super rough, they made do. And here you can still see the influence of many of those Irish people in the Leadville area to this date, including with what we are about to see. Now again, I have a full video on this. Please go check it out as we dive into the history side of this, but I'm going to just kind of share this in kind of our day today. And again, we're going to see what Collie thinks. But just know, there is a wild story about the Irish miners and the strike. All in this section, you'll find core samples in these little areas, and they ask you not to take anything from this area because this is considered to be a sacred site. The design of it is in that of a important Irish symbol, and as you look at it from overhead, you can see that it is a giant swirling pattern that allows you to walk around until you get up to the memorial itself. And this is a contemplative loop so that you can take in what it is that you're seeing, understand it, and feel the true impact of this particular site. And you're probably saying, but Bunny, we were doing errands today. Why are we out and about exploring the town? Well, because this is part of it. Every day we get out and we do some kind of movement. And I really wanted to introduce Collie to the community that I love so much because I think that she too will enjoy it in such an interesting way. It's beautiful here, and it's an amazing place to come because not only of the gorgeous views of the mountains, which still have snow on them, but also because of the great camping and the outdoor recreation. But on the other side of that, there's the history and the stories it has to tell us, and we love a good brain wrinkle. Collie is all for the brain wrinkles, so this one's going to be fun for her, just to be able to see all the different layers of Leadville, and we get to do this all over again with our other friends. I will say this though, we're definitely getting some big, dark rain clouds as we get close to the top of the memorial here, so I can only imagine it's going to rain in a little bit. And just like that, it begins. So Collie, what do you think?
This is quite amazing.
It is. It's kind of sad to look at whenever you see the ages of the people because there's a lot of kiddos and stuff, but at the same time that just goes to show how hard life was.
Yes.
In these mining towns. And a lot of people like glamorize them in the movies like, oh, it was such a good time.
No.
But it was very hard, especially in these higher elevation cities because of the temperatures.
Yes.
It was harsh.
It was very harsh. They had a lot of elements that they had to learn to deal with.
Absolutely.
And the ones coming from sea level had a harder time with it.
Oh yeah. And this is why I brought Collie here, because I knew she would understand and appreciate and really kind of go along with the story. I think that places like this are just so good to come to. Again, setting the context for the place that you're visiting, but more so because these are people's families. Many of these people, again, still have family members existing today, maybe not here in Leadville, but in other places. And so as people are able to come here and find a piece of who their family member was and how that they survived in these elements, they are able to connect with that past and kind of fill in some of the blanks. And I think that that's really important. Again, this is just one stop of many that you can make here in Leadville. And every day here, I discover something new. Even though it's a smaller town, they have all sorts of unique, tiny little things. I was telling Collie as we drove through town that if you really walk around downtown, you'll not only find the big murals that are so pretty and the renovated buildings, but you'll also find these little tiny things that bring you back to the olden times of Leadville. It is unique, it is very beautiful, but it is also historic. And so it makes it just a really great place to come. But we've got a lot more going on today. We still have to get to camp. We're starting to get rained on just a little bit, so we're going to figure out where else we're going to go, and then we're going to get back and figure out what's going to be for dinner. Now here's the interesting thing about this place though. Again, it's an older cemetery and there's a lot of interesting pieces to it, but as a part of the Irish network in Colorado, they have this particular section that we just looked at, but if you look closer, they have other things that are in this groups. For example, you have a free Catholic and a free Protestant and another free Protestant area. You have the Protestant area, you have the Masonic area, you have the Elk's Rest and the Elk New Ground. So it's divided up into sections, and each section has a different group of people who would have been buried there, and that would have corresponded to the potential of who would have been in this community and why they needed so many different sections. In fact, right here it said that many were homeless and destitute, and at the time burial plots cost $15. They were even unaffordable to a miner who only earned $3 a day. So that's why these free sections were available. So if we walk through this section in this direction, that's where some of those would be. And you can see on some of the trees in the distance, they have white long signs on them, and that's part of that section. So let's take a little bit of a walk and see exactly what those have to offer. Again, it's always interesting to dive into the history of a community, and the best way to do that is to put in some legwork and just move around a little bit. Whenever we come out to places like this, they're a free place that we can come out to just walk around and learn from. And I think that that's very important because we get to hear from the people who inhabited it. You can always pick up a book, you can go into a visitor center, you can listen to someone tell you, but sometimes the best thing to do is just to simply walk it out and see what you can find, and then also learn about it by doing the additional footwork after the fact. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. Just enjoying our day, seeing what we can find, learning a little bit, sharing it with you guys. For example, here, the Catholic free section of Evergreen Cemetery. The Evergreen Cemetery was the second cemetery in Leadville. The first was located where the Lake County football field actually is located. And these are the original graves that were moved to the cemetery, and they laid a railroad track over the area. Now, several organizations have brought this to be, and they have 20 blocks in the Catholic free cemetery. And it does mention that careful records have been accounted for to make sure that each individual is able to research their ancestry and know exactly where they are. It also mentions that approximately 4,000 people were originally buried in the free sections of Evergreen Cemetery, and there are over 1,339 graves in the Catholic free section alone. I do like this also because you can scan over this, and there's a walking tour brochure that's available for the Evergreen Cemetery so that you can find out a lot about this cemetery. And maybe we'll do that on an upcoming episode where we just kind of do the whole walking tour. That would be cool. Oh, look at those clouds. Look at those clouds. And it's thundering just the same. So yeah, anytime that it's cloudy like this, you usually get a pretty decent rain and then it stops. So, oh, I hear it again. Go ask Holly if she wants to do our walking tour of this tomorrow if it's not raining, because I think that would be an awesome thing for us to do, and it would give us a lot more context, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and scan the QR. I'm gonna put it on my phone so I'll have it already, and let's go find Holly. Holly!
Yes.
Do you want to do this walking tour tomorrow when it's not raining?
I absolutely do.
Okay, cool. We have a plan for tomorrow for our hot girl walk. It's kind of a weird one. It's a history hot girl walk. We're making our way back to the van before we get rained on, and we have a task for tomorrow. But man, this is the most thunder I've ever heard in Leadville. Anytime that I've been here and it's rained, it's just rained. No thunder. We made it back to the van. Oh, and maybe just in time. I'm not sure. We'll see how this rain goes. I'm really thinking tonight's probably going to be like an inside night if it's going to do this, which is fine. Super fine. But maybe an inside night just the same. We'll see. Made it back to camp, so Collie and I are going to get ourselves all set up. I think we're just gonna have a relaxing time today. I have a couple projects that I need to do in the van. Collie may have a couple that she needs to do also. I know both of us need to put away what we just got, and I need to figure out dinner. So it is time for us just to kind of wind down for a little bit and just take in the beauty of this area. It is so gorgeous. And I'm so happy, and it's a little bit rainy, so as it kind of spits on us just a little bit, we're going to take advantage of our outside time, and if it gets any worse, we'll go to our inside time. Okay, first things first, unlock the van. We're good there. I'm going to change up where I'm plugged in for a little bit. This one is at 92%, so I'm plugging it into the solar panel. I don't have a ton of solar coming in right now, but it's a little bit, so that's going to get it up to the top. The other battery is currently completely charged, so I'm going to switch this out and see if we can't get this one up going too. Well, Collie!
Yes, dear.
Can I have my bag of groceries?
No.
No. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love this bag.
It is so pretty.
I'm so excited that I remembered to bring a bag because, again, Colorado does not have bags. Let me rephrase that. Some of Colorado has bags, but you have to pay for your bags, and they're paper bags. But they're like anywhere between 10 and 50 cents, depending on where you are. And if you want one of these kind of bags, they're like $2.99. So it's better just to bring your bags. But if you do happen to forget them, some of the stores like Safeway still have the paper ones. There's that. But the Dollar Tree does not have any bags. Bring a bag. Okay, I charged this guy up too, and it's at 100%, so I can unplug it. Okay, I've really gotten into hummus again lately, and one of the best things about having a small blender is I can make my own. So I have my garbanzo beans here from Winco. These are the low sodium ones because I like to add my flavors into it, not have a ton of sodium in it already. I'm going to use these in a little bit, and then I'm going to add some seasonings, and then I'm going to have something delightful so that I can have a really tasty but not terrible for me dinner tonight. I picked up this garlic naan bread, and so I figure I can have a piece of garlic naan with some hummus. It'll be so tasty. That's kind of what I'm thinking for dinner tonight. This is something super easy that I enjoy, that has a lot of flavor. And the nice thing about these is they have tons of protein in them, so whenever I'm eating this, it's a very protein rich, delightful something. So that's going to be super yummy, and also be just something that continues to get me acclimated and used to this beautiful space out here. Clouds are definitely starting to build above us now. We're getting more thunder again. Over that way is where town is, and that's where it was just being crazy earlier. Well, the rain is officially raining, so we're going to go and hide because it is getting very, very rainy. There's some people moving around us, and I don't know what they're doing exactly. It sounds a little crazy. Collie said they're doing donuts. Don't know why. Wild. But they're in this direction somewhere, so we're safe at least. But it is starting to rain, so I think I'm gonna go inside. Collie's gonna go inside. We're gonna figure out a dinner, and we will reconvene in the morning. Bye, Collie.
Bye, Bunny.
See you tomorrow. So it's going to be a little bit wild, but that's okay. Can't do anything about it. I need to make sure that I have everything otherwise finished in the front. I think that I do, but I need to make sure, and I think I have to adjust one of my window covers because I pulled it down a while ago because we thought we were going to move to the back, and somebody ended up just having left a bunch of stuff. Oh, I may have to get out one more time. Okay, I have my blender cup and I'm about to start up my hummus. I just need to put my chickpeas and my seasoning in here, blend it, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I finished off my hummus and I made it a little bit more creamy this time. And then I put my seasoning on the top. So now I'm ready to eat with a little bit of garlic naan. The rain has stopped temporarily, so I opened up my door so I could get a nice breeze through, and it is feeling lovely right now. So this is going to be a good way for me to wind down. I'm probably going to get my laptop out, do a little bit of work, and well, that's it for today. It's been a fun one though. I definitely have had a good time. I'm really happy again to be able to share this location with my friends. I did hear back from Mateo. I think he's going to actually be here tomorrow, so that'll be super exciting. But I know Riley is having a little bit of FOMO. She's packing up her vehicle today, and I heard from Dee, and we're thinking either later tomorrow or possibly Sunday morning, so we'll see. But oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's going to be super, super fun. Remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. I'm going to get to eat my dinner, and well, I'll see you on tomorrow's episode. Till next time, bye.